I'll restart the recording here so we can start at
Okay.
any time.
All righty, sounds good. I'll begin. All right, this is a roll call to the Elizabeth Township Planning Commission meeting. It is Wednesday, September 16th, 2020. It is 7:00 p.m. We are now going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. We can begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, John, roll call.
Mr. Kane,
Present.
Mr. Dukic, Mrs. Fawcett,
Here.
Mr. Maciosi,
Here.
Mr. Burak. Hold on, I see Emil's here. Let me see if he can get himself unmuted here.
He might be muted. Tell him he has to hit *6.
You there, Emil?
I know with me, when I called in, they tell you they're
okay.
automatically muted.
Oh, there he
Okay,
is.
you on? Okay,
I'm on here
all right.
now.
Okay, Solicitor Rakunas,
Here.
Miss Bennett,
Here.
Mr. Butler,
Here.
and I am here as well.
Okay. Next on the agenda is the approval of minutes. Did everyone have an opportunity to look over and read the minutes from back on May 20th, I believe, 2020? I will give everyone about a minute or two to read it over in case you have any issues. Has everyone had an opportunity to read it?
I have. I'll make a motion to accept those minutes.
Okay, I need a second.
I'll second it. This is Emil.
Okay, the first one who motioned originally was Mark Kane. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, minutes have been approved. Next is citizens to address the commission. Is there anyone that's going to need to speak?
If you do, please unmute yourself and state your name.
Okay, I guess there's nobody. Then we can move on to new business. John, you want to talk about the conditional use and have the applicant talk about it as well?
Yeah, our first thing up is a conditional use application for property located at 139 Bell Street. It's a former church building that's located in a riverfront conservation district. The applicant would like to turn that into a single-family home. A single-family home is a conditional use within the riverfront conservation district.
John, quick question.
Yes.
Are there any additional conditions that are placed on the applicant when changing that use?
The additional.
Wait, John, please. Anybody who talks, please give your name before you talk so that when we record this, they'll know who's speaking.
That was Matt.
It was me.
Okay.
Yeah, the additional conditions under the zoning are, there's 4. A single-family dwelling is to be constructed on any lot of record in an established residential subdivision, or if a single-family dwelling is proposed on property that is not in an established residential subdivision, the impact of any existing non-residential use on adjoining properties on the proposed dwelling shall be evaluated. And then it's, if warranted, to screen the proposed dwelling from existing active recreational uses or non-residential uses on adjoining properties using buffer area C, shall be provided along the lot lines of the property for the single-family dwelling. And the last one is impervious surface coverage may be increased to 35% on property proposed for single-family dwellings.
Okay, does anybody have any other questions, comments, or concerns?
I guess are all the uses of the adjoining properties, are they all residential there?
Yes, it's all residential right through there. The church right now would be a legal non-conforming use, or it was a legal non-conforming use. I'm not sure when the church ceased operation there, but I believe the building itself has been there for, I'm thinking close to 100 years, if
That's
not
what I was
more
told.
than longer than that. So Matt, I don't know what of those conditions would be able to necessarily apply to this one because it's an existing structure. It's more of just a change of the use.
Yeah, and plus the use in this situation is going to be even less impactful than if it were a church. You know, for an active church, you're going to have people going in and out of there. This obviously is a single family dwelling, is going to be less impactful. So it doesn't seem like any of those would apply. I mean, even the impervious surface portion of that, I don't think that's necessarily applicable in this situation.
Okay, is there any other comments, questions, or concerns?
I
Well,
think
no questions, but this is Emil, and I'd like to make a couple of comments with I already shared with you, Kathy. I'm all for this. I've been in that church quite a few times, went there for dinners and everything, and I think this is an excellent use of this property. It's been sitting empty because they have almost no people attending the church anymore, and they couldn't afford to keep it up. But I'm very familiar. I've been in one and in Christie Park where I have relatives that converted a church into a home. They did a really, really beautiful job, turned it into a really nice house. And I know of one down in Southside too. I wasn't in it, but I've seen all the pictures and know all about it. And I think this is an excellent use of this building because it's been sitting empty and it gets back on the tax rolls. And I agree with Matt, there's no impact on the neighbors and that because there's going to be less people, you know, just a family living there and that's it.
And if I can add, John, is it okay that I chime in?
yes, this is the applicant, Kathy.
Okay,
Hi, guys. My name's Harry Bauman. I appreciate the opportunity of you guys zoning this for me as a single dwelling. I grew up in McKeesport, and I went to Christie Park United Methodist Church as a youth and throughout my early adulthood. And it was youth. Yeah, I was actually married there. But it was yoked with this church. And a couple of the pastors I had at Christie Park also worked right there at the Bell Chapel Church. So it's I worked my whole career in McKeesport, and I'm really excited to have that as a nice summer dwelling for us and enjoy that church because it is beautiful. And my wife and I will do our best to make it really a remarkable place and someplace that the community can be proud of too.
This is Emil
Thank you.
again. Since I found out the guy's from Christie Park, he probably knows about the church I'm talking about. I believe it's on 31st Street. But
I do. I walk past that church every day of my elementary school life. So yeah, now the church I'm referring to is on 29th, but I know the one on 31st, and I know it's turned into a single dwelling church. And I heard they did a nice job with it.
Oh, they did. Like I said, they were family, and I've been in that house quite a few times, and they had to leave because they couldn't take care of it anymore. They have health issues.
Yeah.
So they moved into White Oak and into a house on a level. But they did a really, really beautiful job, put a big deck on the back and everything. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best.
I appreciate that. Thanks for the comment.
okay. Any other comments, concerns, or questions? Then I feel that a motion needs to be addressed to send this forward to the commissioners.
Motion to approve, Kathy.
I'll
That's
second
Mark.
that motion.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. It's going forward. Next on the agenda, John?
You're muted, John.
Thank you. It would be the reapproval of the subdivision for the Daughters of the Divine Redeemer plan of lots. This was originally approved by planning in May 20th of this year. Due to COVID and everything, they had a hard time getting the sisters to sign the originals. We didn't have signed originals, so I got those, and now we can to get a fresh date on it so it can be recorded. I had the commissioners approve it at Monday's meeting. Now I just need planning to reapprove it.
Okay. Need a motion for that?
Motion to approve, Kathy.
I'll
Okay, that's
second the
Mark.
motion.
All in favor,
This is
say
Amo.
aye,
I'll
please.
second it.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, wonderful. As for old business, the review of the ordinances, I'm guessing everybody got a copy of the solar ordinance. It's come to my attention that the new member, Emil, never had an opportunity to read it. So if it's okay with everyone, can we hold off on any questions, comments, and concerns on this until next month? At which time it would be wonderful if we can get that resolved and then have it passed forward to the commissioners at that point. Is it okay that we wait on this?
Yeah, I don't see why. They're just for discussion.
Emil hasn't had an opportunity to read it over, and to make it fair to everyone, I thought might be a nice idea to wait until next month. So, gentlemen, what I'm going to ask from all of you, and Veronica, ma'am, if you can possibly read everything over. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, write it down so that next month we can discuss it and then have it move forward to the commissioners. Does that sound reasonable for everyone?
This is Amo. Yes.
If anyone,
Anyone else?
this is Matt. If anyone has any larger, like bigger, like little stuff, I don't mind. We can work through. But if there's bigger issues, please let me know in advance if you can. That way, I can try and tweak it and maybe get a new version out in advance of the meeting so we can keep working on it rather than
I think that's
possibly delaying it again.
That's
I
more
think
than
that's
fair
an
enough.
excellent idea. I think that's a great idea. I think, Matt, you can then send that off to everyone. Am I correct on that?
Yes. So if
Would you
there's,
be able to-
bigger changes that need to be made, I can make those corrections and then get them off to everybody, before the meeting.
Okay.
So, Kathy, I'm going
Um,
to excuse myself. Thank
Kathy,
you for your help. I appreciate that.
Who is this? I'm sorry.
It was Mr. Baumann. He was just saying that he's going to be leaving the meeting.
Okay, sir, thank you very much.
Hey, I
We wish you all
appreciate
the
your
best.
help. Thank you.
No
I appreciate
problem.
your
We
help.
wish you the
and Thanks for including me in your meeting. Bye-bye.
Oh, no problem. Have a great evening. Okay, also on the same line of ordinances, think of any other ordinances that we need to address. We don't have to address it next month, but we should start thinking about them. Pet borderlines with the fencing, I believe, is another one. So we need to readdress these and try to get this out forward as well to the commissioners. So
Yeah,
start thinking about the, I'm sorry, go ahead,
Kathy.
John.
We've addressed quite a few ordinances in the past that, we kind of, with everything, just kind of got left off behind. I know one of them was really going over some of the issues in the zoning, and we're working on some of that with Matt. And I know we need to try and get back to it with everything else that's been going on, especially some of the definitions and lack of some of the setbacks and everything that we have. And Greg and I are going through as many ordinances as we can, looking for ones that are, outdated, lacking, or just very hard to enforce as written. So as we come up with those, we'll present other ones to planning and to the commissioners to try and get those done. Do you have anything, Greg?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay.
David, didn't you have any zonings that you were, or not zoning, I'm sorry, ordinances that you had addressed in the past, or no?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, I wasn't sure. But yeah, I know that there's others that we need to address. I know I mentioned drones is another one. fencing, like I said, pets, I guess the amount of pets you're allowed to have is 5. I think, Matt, you said there was an issue, or John, about what is considered a true pet versus, one I guess contradicts another one. So we need to address that. I think zoning has one version and the township ordinance has another. Am I correct on that or wrong?
No, they're both within township ordinances. They have conflicting numbers, and the two
Okay.
ordinances don't really match up well.
Okay, that's what I thought. So these are things we need to address as well. So think about other ones, read them, see what you feel may be something we can address in the future as well. Is there anything else that we need to discuss at this point? If not, our next meeting will be on October 21st, 2020. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Kathy.
Okay,
I'll
Mark,
second the emotion.
Emil second. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Well, gentlemen and ladies, have a wonderful evening.
And Kathy, if you check your email, I just sent you a sheet.
Okay, sir, thank you. I will. All right, everyone. I look forward to hearing from you, or hopefully we might get, I don't know if we're going to be in person, but I look forward to hearing from everyone next month.